Hello guys, Zueljin here, and welcome back to another episode of ARK Survival Evolved. You guys remember good old Sassy, huh? Sassy's actually a boy. I didn't realize that last episode, but I went ahead and crafted a saddle for Sassy, and he's been getting quite a bit of levels on him. So if we access his inventory, you'll see that his statistics I've been putting all into health, so he's got quite a bit of health. I figured, you know, they already attack really good and they're really fast, so the more health the better. At any rate, I've got plenty of narco berries on me and also meat to feed, and I think it's time we do a little bit of taming. So last episode I tried to get a Stegosaurus and I ended up getting a raptor instead, but a while ago I saw a male Stegosaurus around here, a level 1 male Stegosaurus, and that is going to be ridiculously awesome. Gotta excuse the fog as well. The fog just rolled in when I was about to start recording, and the daylight is escaping us, so we definitely want to do this because the Stego is going to be a long taming process as well. Let's see, where exactly did it meander off to? Here's Steggy. So I imagine that it went around this area here since I don't see it anymore. It sure would be nice to be able to see through all this dense fog. You know what? While we're waiting, it does look like this would be a great kill. These Phemonias have a lot of meat and a lot of hide. What I'll do here is make sure that it is following, which it is, and we're just going to attack it with the spear and get things right going here. Get it, Sassy. Get it. Nice. Got him down. Okay, so we're going to go for meat here. Because I've been using a lot of meat for a bunch of different things, but namely, I've been using it for, the spoiled meat is used to make narcotics. So I've been making a lot of that. Let's double back here and see if we can find the Stegosaurus. Every once in a while in these dense trees, you'll see that it kind of jumps, like the screen is jumping right now. It's not something I could really control, so I apologize when it does do that. It's not a settings issue, unfortunately, so it's not something I can manipulate. And here is the wild male Stego. So let me make sure it doesn't have a mate around here, and it will be aggressive, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm far enough away to where I don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to have to turn old Sassy here off. So cycle to passive and disable following. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to trank this guy out. I do have plenty of... Do I have food and water on me? Yeah, and I have plenty of trank arrows. 17 ought to do it. At least I'm hoping it does. If not, we might have to punch it out. But we're not too far away from base camp to where we can really do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this guy a shot. So let me equip the bow. And I'm going to get a good distance on him. And we should be... Try to hit him in the head. Got him. And I gotta go so it doesn't hit Sassy. Oh, I missed him. Okay, got another arrow in him. Come on, big boy. Come on. Yes, got him down. Got him down. Okay, let's take a look at him. Woo! Okay. So the first thing we got to concentrate on is letting his food go down. He's got 6,000 food, y'all. This is going to take a while. I'm going to let his food go down quite a bit so we can obtain as much of the taming effect of this as possible. And we're going to gather up maybe a little bit more narco berries and make sure that it has enough. But I think I'll have enough for it. But the main thing is to let this food supply go down. So as soon as it goes down, we're going to start feeding it a bunch of berries. Namely, I think the purple or the red berries is what the Stegosaurus goes for it. But while we're waiting, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Stegosaurus. So for those of you that have been following my channel a little while, you'll know that I use a voice attack profile named Dana. And Dana is kind of my all-around go-to game companion. So I thought it would be cool if we would label this specimen implant Dana. Now, I can't rename it naturally, but to help the lore along, you know what I mean. Anyway, Dana has a few cool things that are involved. And one of the main things is you can hotkey things by saying stuff. Also, she has a voice response that you can program. So if I say her name, Dana.
Yes, Zueljin.
You see how she responds to me like that? Mainly, I can do things that change. I guess I can put key commands in, or I can make her respond to certain things. So for instance, I've programmed a little bit of lore for you guys, and I'll go ahead and start that now. Dana, tell me about the Stegosaurus.
The Stegosaurus has approximately 16 paired rows of plates along its back, flanked by another smaller pair of 6 plates. This is contrary to the alternating rows of Stegosaurus fossils found in museums. I've encountered Stegosaurus in varying amounts almost everywhere on the island. Stegosauruses appear to prefer mejoba berries to the other tasty berries for taming purposes. Commonly used as a safe way to transport large quantities of goods.
Pretty cool.
The plates on the Stegosaurus regium double as a cover against the arrows of the attackers. Unfortunately, they also make it harder to load and unload some cargo. Not surprisingly, Stegosaurus uses the spines on its tail to defend itself. While not aggressive, Stegosaurus will come to the aid of other nearby Stegosaurus. This implies it to be a herd animal.
That's right, they are herd animals, and they will definitely jump you in pairs if you attack one. So you have to be really careful. So that's pretty cool. That's one of the other things that I implemented in voice attack. Something else that I've been doing is I've always got confused with the commands for the whistle commands. They have an all follow, an all stop, and a you stop and a you follow command. So I've kind of implemented that into voice attack to make it do things like this. So I can say you follow or you follow me. Now you see how I just whistled? That wasn't from any clicks or any key presses. You stay. And there you go. So I can also do that with all follow and all stay, but for this application we'll just do you follow. You follow. You follow. Sometimes it takes a little bit of you follow me. Yeah, it's you follow me. I'm going to have to add a few things like you follow and stuff like that. That way it's not so darn particular. But at any rate, guys, I am going to take a minute to start to wait this guy out a little bit because it's definitely going to have to bring its food down quite a bit. We're going to feed it a few narco berries. Let's see here. Access inventory. I'll go ahead and grab the narcos out of Sassy right now and add them to the Stego's inventory, and we can remote use these guys. So remote use item. There you go, and you can see the food level does not increase, it actually decreases when you use narco berries. I've been told that the narcotics actually work better on carnivores and narco berries work better on herbivores, which is Stegosauruses or an herbivore. But they have some real utility use with their tail. You thought the trike did some damage to berries. You should see what the Stegosaurus can do. Anyway, I'm looking forward to doing that for you guys this episode. I think the smithy that they recently built has a Stegosaurus saddle in it. Ormanage was telling me this is the building that we're going to use mainly for. Let me go ahead and make Sassy stop here. Oh, what am I doing? I just say you stop. You stop. You stop. Oh no, you stay. Yeah. So I'm learning that. Oh, he's still. You stay. You stay. There it is. Okay, I need to add a few more commands to it, but it's a nice proof of concept, and that's something that I'll be tweaking as we go. But anyway, this is the smithy, or the forge. So the forge has a bunch of room for shelving, has a couple ladders so that we can get up here, and I don't know how to use the ladders actually. I've never used one, but anyway, all of this will be storage eventually, and on both sides, and you can see there's storage in the middle as well. And all of these storage containers are going to be used. See, we're all in the tribe, we're all learning kind of like specialty engrams because there's not enough points to learn everything in the trees. So our plans are to kind of specialize in things. For instance, I'm going for saddles. So if I look at my engram points here, I've got 107 engram points that I've yet to apply. I've got a lot of the basic stuff, and some things have prerequisites, but mostly what I'm going for are the saddles and the weapons. And I've already learned a couple of the arrow types and the bow and the pike. Now, I've also learned the pistol, but we need a lot of metal for that, and that's something that I'm going to be getting later. So you can see it can only be crafted at a smithy, and so can the bullets. So when you go into this area right here, there's been somebody that's learned the Ingrams to make the smithy and the refinery, and I don't know what this is. This is... oh, that is the smithy. Okay, so I guess that's part of it, the anvil, and that is part of it. So we'll go to access inventory, and you can see if we go to weapons, firearms, the pistol is something that we can make, and it actually takes 60 metal ingots, 5 wood, and 15 hide. And metal's pretty hard to get at this point, but we'll be working on it soon. Ammunition, for the ammo, you'll need 2 metal ingots and 6 gunpowder per. And melee for the Ingram is the only one I know is the pike, and that requires 20 hide, 10 metal, and 10 wood. So a lot of metal left to get. And when you get the raw metal, you can use it in the refinery to smelt it down and stuff. I also made a cooking pot, and somebody made a mortar and pestle for this area. So things are coming along quite well. So what I'm going to do here, you guys, is set up, well, I have a standing torch right next to here, and we do have some markers, so it shouldn't be that bad. What I think I'm going to do is just stand guard here, make sure this guy really gets hungry, and then when we come back, I'll show you how to tame a Stegosaurus. Alright, you guys, the time has arrived. It's been almost 3 in-game days, and the Stegosaurus's hunger is way down. I fed it about 150 to 175 narco berries, and we're sitting on 384 food. So now it's time to... oh, I was hearing some footsteps. I kind of get scared when it comes down to that stuff. Now it's time to feed it a bunch of berries. And it says that the mejo berries and the tinto berries are the best for it. So we're going to feed it a ton of berries. Now watch the food go up. It's going to start eating them. I'm going to put a ton of berries on this guy, by the way. At least 400. And you should see the taming meter go up very fast. Now, the way this works is it only increases as it eats. So when it's down this low in taming, it's just going to eat and eat and eat and eat because its food level is very low. As you can see here, the food level just hit 1,000 from 300, so it's got a while to go. Another thing, we still want to keep our eye on the torpor level. I'm not worried about the narcoberry, I guess, being conservative with narcoberries right now. We really want to make sure that this guy is got. Another thing is inside, the saddle weighs a lot, but I haven't got it yet. It's inside the smithy. We have a saddle ready to go for it, as I mentioned in the last clip. So it's going to be really good to get this thing going. I'm excited for it. So once the taming process is complete, we'll be able to get on him, put the saddle on him, and do all sorts of stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple minutes to allow this guy to finish taming, and we'll be back for the moment of triumph. Alright, you guys, we are on the cusp of getting this Stego to tame. It looks like the unconsciousness is doing fine. I don't need to feed it any more narco berries. Taming is almost up. We should see it happen any minute now. Maybe 1 or 2 more feedings. If I look at the inventory on this thing, you'll see that the food is up. Now, the food maxed out right before because it takes the total 6,000 to get it to total tame. And right now we're looking at, as soon as it drops down below 70, it should eat again. 73, 71, 70, and bam, done. You've tamed the Stego. Woo! Wow, and somebody just took a dump. Anyway, that is unbelievable, and we're going to name it Kubota. And Kubota is the brand of a lawnmower or a lawn tractor that does some insane stuff. So let's go ahead and go into the forge here. Kubota is trying to follow me. Let's stop following, Kubota. We'll be back for you in just a second. Just hold tight, buddy. Hold tight. Are you disabled follow? No, you are. Are you following, or are you just getting to a comfortable spot? What are you doing? I know you're in unfamiliar territory. You're not used to taking commands. Alright, you stopped. Fair enough. You just needed to get away a good bit, huh? Oh no, are you still following? You stay. There we go. Now he's staying. Good boy. Alright, let's grab the the saddle, which is in one of these, I believe. And it doesn't appear that anything's in there. Nothing in there. Is it in this one? Aha, Stego saddle. Okay. So as you can see, it weighs quite a bit. Let me see. If we go, it's the weight's 20, which I can only hold like 100, or what is it? Weight, yeah, 110. So that's very, very heavy. It can't just. I didn't want to hold it the whole time because I was doing stuff with berries and stuff. But let's go ahead and put the saddle on Kubota. This is also going to add to his armor value, which is going to help with his survivability. And because he's level 1, he's going to get incredibly good experience from everything. So we can see here his experience total XP for a level is 10. So we'll be able to add health and stamina and all sorts of things. We're naturally going to work on health first. So let's go ahead and add the saddle to him. And bam, remove primitive Stego saddle. He's got it on him. Now it's unreal. Can we just ride him? Can we ride? Ah, on top of the Stego. So let me show you why I'm going to call this guy Kubota. As you can see, he's relatively slow. He can sprint a little bit. His stamina is not nearly as bad as the Triceratops. But when you get next to something, based on the way that you're turned, we can just swipe the tail and you can see the crazy amounts of berries that this guy got. Let me see. I think I could turn this way. How about if there we go. Look at the berries, y'all. I'm gonna figure out how to drive this thing sooner or later, but as you can see, like, the trike has nothing on this guy. Yeah, it's based on the way that you're turned. Okay, so if we go a little bit further here, yes. Yeah. This is insane. What can he do to trees? I'm interested in what he can do with trees here. Alright, so it's the way that you're facing he swipes his tail. So if I want to swipe right, I face right, and then click. Look at the amount of berries that this guy is getting on him. Alright? And let's get this last bit and go by the trees as well and see what happens. Oh, I'm getting thatch. Look at the thatch that you get. That's actually really, really good. I didn't think that he would get that much thatch. Look at the berries, though. And he does get a little bit of wood, which is nice. Okay, so can we turn with this guy? Is this pretty easy? How's his... It looks like his stamina is really good. Yep, we can go ahead about this. Alright, I'm going to clear this, and he's leveled up already. That's insane. Let's go ahead and access his inventory. And we're going to add health to him right away. Not a bad boost. 635 from 500 to 635, 135 health points. Really, really good stats. Okay, so this little clearing I should be able to get relatively easy. I'm going to get on the side here and just swipe away. So, oh my gosh. Look. So, like, it's so ridiculous. Swipe, thank you. Swipe, thank you. And clearing the trees too. This guy is amazing. So it looks like I am out of stamina. Probably because I was running. I might be encumbered too. Although it doesn't look like I'm encumbered. There we go. And now I'll get this clearing as well. Oh, his stamina doesn't refill quickly at all. That might be due to the fact that he's got a lot of weight on him. Look at the berries though, you guys. Look. I cannot... I'm in awe. It's incredible. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more swipes right here. 1 swipe. And 2 swipe. And as you saw, he didn't have any Norco berries on him to talk about. Let's check his inventory. Access inventory. Norcos, we got 1 stack. 194 from like 5 minutes. That is insane. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe the amount of berries that we just got in that 1 swipe. Not to mention all the other stuff, all the other different types of berries. Now, granted, usually when I'm farming Norco berries, I have to throw a lot of this stuff away. But some of it does have its uses, and I'm planning on trying to experiment with some of that in cooking. I know that the wiki has a few cooking recipes. I've yet to really dig into them, but I know some of them require like farming, the seeds that you can get from when you do berry farming and stuff. But for that fact, we're doing pretty darn good. Before I go, I want to show y'all one last thing here. Along the travels, I've been trying to find good ways to gain XP, right? And there's my buddy VT Gamer traveling down the beach with his raptors. I've been trying to find good ways to get XP, and one of those ways is to make narcotics. Now, I've got the narcotic recipe a long time ago, and for a little while I was making hats and stuff, but narcotics seem much more useful because, well, you can make tranquil arrows with them. So, one of the ingredients in narcotics are relatively simple. You got to get spoiled meat, and you also have to use the narco berries. So I have a couple of spoiled meat here. Well, let me get some narco berries and I'll check my raptor for spoiled meat. So yeah, of course we have plenty of narco berries. Let's go ahead and grab 100 of those, and we'll look at Sassy, and Sassy should have some rotten meat on her. Spoiled meat, there we go. And we'll put some more raw meat, and she just took a dump. Okay, so we only have 7 spoiled meat. Now, this is kind of hard to accumulate unless you just constantly hunt for meat and don't cook it. The raptor will actually eat cooked meat or raw meat, and a lot of people cook their meat, but from what I've seen, I've been letting it go rotten. And if you need to do this quickly or rapidly in order to make a lot of narcotics, you can easily set up multiple chests, kind of like we have set up at home base, and put multiple stacks in the inventory. So for instance, if we were to say that all of these inventories were available, I can open this inventory, for instance, take some fresh meat and stack it, right? And I can also put multiple stacks in here sometimes, but this will be one stack, and this is going to have a rot timer on it, just like it says 2 minutes and 33 seconds. I am dehydrated. I need a drink. Okay, so this is going to rot. Now, I could have, if I have, let's say this was fresh meat and I have 7, right? If I put this in 7 different containers, it is going to spoil in 7 meat are going to spoil in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. At the end of this timer, only 1 meat is going to spoil, and you'll see that it does have a spoil timer on spoiled meat itself, so you have to use it relatively quick. But at any rate, let's check out this mortar and pestle. So what we would do is we would take spoiled meat, put it in there. We would take the narco berries, put it in there, and I think the recipe is 1 to 5. Let's go down into the folders, into drugs, and you'll see 5 narco berries and 1 spoiled meat equal 1 narcotic. So you double make the narcotics, and watch my XP. 2 points at a time, okay? That's a very good way to gain XP and also get something that's very valuable. Another way is from stone and flint. So we'll go ahead and drop the stone and flint in here, and the charcoal actually, and I'll show you something really cool as well. Gunpowder. I'm not sure what recipe, what level gunpowder is, but it's really, really, really easy. It's not high on the list. I think it's like level 15 or whatever. When you're really looking for ways to gain XP, it'll be available for you. So anyway, we'll go down to gunpowder, and you can see it's made from spark powder and charcoal, and spark powder is made from flint and stone. Both of these actually give you 2 points apiece. So from flint is 2 and stone is 1, meaning all the stone rocks that I've been finding, I've been using the stone pick because you get the majority of what you get is flint. Then you can go and actually harvest rocks from the beach if you're a little short on stone, or switch to your axe to even up the load. But anyway, we have 5681 XP, okay? Let's see what we can do with just a little bit of materials that we have on us. From 5681, we went to 5690, okay? And now, because we had charcoal as well, we can make gunpowder, which is also 2 points apiece. So 5692, and the only difference between the gunpowder and the spark powder is the fact that you need charcoal. Well, that's easy to get. You could just make fires. So let's see what we can do with that. Let's go ahead and move the stone into our inventory, and we'll move, I don't know if I have flint available either. If not, I can get a little bit. Let's see what we need for a fire. So if we look on the craftables, the campfire, we need a little bit of flint and stone, which shouldn't be a problem. We only need 1 flint actually, and 16 stone, which we already have 15 of. So this should be relatively easy too. Let's look around for a stray rock. which shouldn't be too hard to find, although I do clear them out quite quickly. Let's get on Sassy right quick and see if we can find a rock. So, there's one right there. I could just go right up to it. In fact, you know what? It's time to get a little boost in meat here. Let's go ahead and get off of here and just get some quick meat. Sassy is going to... Oh, Sassy, you weren't following? Hold on. Let's get this rock first, and then we'll chase. There's another stegosaur on the beach. Okay, so we need a little bit of stone and 1 flint. There we go. 2 flint and 2 stone. That should be perfect. So we can make the campfire now. Craftables, campfire, done. Okay, so the campfire burns through wood fast. Naturally, you can make multiple campfires if you needed to just make a lot of charcoal really, really quick. But the forge didn't have one of these yet, so I think the best thing to do would just be install one right in the forge. Everything else is at base camp, and that parasaur is way down there. I'm not going to chase it. Okay, so let's see if we can find a place for this thing. We'll go inside. Are you staying, Sassy? Yeah, you are. Okay, it looks like I should probably just do a fire right here. Right next to everything else. We'll put it in our hotbar, hit the item number, and just place it. Bam. Alright, so access inventory. We're going to go ahead and put the wood in. And let's see, can I split this? Nope. Looks like it'll just light as it lights. Okay, so this will make charcoal. I really don't have anything that I need to add to it, but what I can do is grab a little bit of meat off Sassy and have it cook it up. We might as well, because Sassy can eat cooked meat or raw meat, and I can eat cooked meat. So this will be 2 birds at 1 stone. We are producing charcoal, and we're getting raw meat. Well, guys, that's going to be about it for the episode today. I hope you guys learned a lot. Next time we come back, I don't know what we're going to get into. We might go hunting. We might go fishing. No, seriously, though, we'll be back and doing some more ARK. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to hit the like button. And I'll see you guys next time on ARK Survival. This is Zueljin signing off. Have a good one.